Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. This session is for Sanskritam, Ashtama Vargaha, Ruchira Tritiyo Bhagaha, Tritiyaha Pataha, Dijibharatam. Teachers and students enter a new world of virtual lectures and worksheets as the lockdown brought about by the coronavirus shuts down schools and colleges. The long lockdown for the COVID-19 pandemic has closed schools, colleges and other educational institutions and ushered in the citywide classroom. Tens of thousands of students in cities and towns are glued to computers and smartphone screens as teachers take to online apps for lectures, tutorials and assessments. Technology has had a profound effect on almost all facets of our lives, and education is no different. The benefits of online learning for students and others are: the first point, convenience. One of the benefits of learning online is convenience. Rather than having to be in the same room with the teacher, learning can be done at home, and if the student possesses a portable device like a tablet or a laptop, then learning can take place almost anywhere. And the second point is flexibility. Online learning holds appeal for those trying to strike a balance between family, work and education. With online learning, they don't have to worry about being in class, which is ideal for students, especially those whose work or family responsibilities limits their opportunities to further their education. For them, flexibility is an important factor, which is why this form of learning is their best option. Online learning offers students a chance to study whenever they deem it, whether it is at 3 a.m., when the kids are asleep, in the evening after work or after dinner. And the third point is enhanced interaction. Some shy students have reported that online courses are simpler to focus on as they are not distracted by anyone. And do you think that I'm speaking irrelevant to our topic chapter 3? No, certainly not. Our chapter 3 is Dijibharatam. It is the concept of our well-known project Digital India. So before discussing the content of Dijibharatam, we'll have a basic ideas on the project Digital India. It satisfies the objectives of learning chapter 3 Dijibharatam. Before discussing the concepts of Digital India, we'll have a brief idea on what is digital and what is analog. Back in the late 1970s, one of the most exciting things you could own was a digital watch. Instead of trying to figure out the time from slowly rotating hands as you had to do with an old style analog watch, you simply read the numbers of a digital display. Since then, we have got more used to the idea of digital technology. Now, pretty much everything seems to be digital, from television and radio to music players, cameras, cell phones and even books. What's the difference between analog and digital technology? Which is best? Let's take a closer look. Now first we'll discuss about the analog technology. Until computers started to dominate science and technology in the early decades of 20th century, virtually every measuring instrument was analog. If you wanted to measure an electric current, you did it with a moving coil meter that had a pointer and a scale. The more the pointer moved up the dial, the higher the current in your circuit. The pointer was an analogy of the current. All kinds of other measuring devices worked in a similar way, from weighing machines and speedometers to sound level meters and seismographs. Now we'll move to the digital technology. Digital is entirely different. Instead of storing words, pictures and sounds as representations on things like plastic film or magnetic tape, we first convert the information into numbers and display or store the numbers instead. Many scientific instruments now measure the things digitally instead of using analog pointers and scales. Thermometers, blood pressure meters, multimeters are just a few of the common measuring devices that are now likely to give you an instant digital readings. Digital displays are generally quicker and easier to read than analog ones, and the accuracy depends upon how the measurement is actually made and displayed. I think we have discussed to the sufficient level on digital and analog, and it's the right time to proceed with the project Digital India. Digital India is a campaign launched by the Government of India to ensure that government services are made available to citizens electronically by improved online infrastructure and by increasing internet connectivity or by making the country digitally empowered in the field of technology. It was launched on 1st July 2015. The initiative includes plans to connect rural areas with high-speed internet networks. Vision of Digital India. The Vision of Digital India program is to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Vision areas of Digital India. The Digital India program is centered on three key vision areas. The first one, digital infrastructure as a core utility to every citizen. The second one, the governance and services on demand. Third one, the digital empowerment of citizens. Now we'll discuss about the first area, digital infrastructure as a core utility to every citizen. Availability of high-speed internet as a core utility for delivery of services to citizens. Cradle-to-grave digital identity that is unique, lifelong, online, and authenticable to every citizen. Mobile phone and banking account enabling citizen participation in digital and financial space. Easy access to a common service center. Shareable private space on a public cloud. Safe and secure cyberspace. Coming to the second area, governance and services on demand, seamlessly integrated services across departments or jurisdictions, availability of services in real time from online and mobile platforms, all citizen entitlements to be portable and available on the cloud, digitally transformed services for improving ease of doing business, making financial transactions electronic and cashless, leveraging geospatial information systems for decision support systems and development. Now coming to the third area, digital empowerment of citizens, universal digital literacy, universally accessible digital resources, availability of digital resources, services in Indian languages, collaborative digital platforms for participative governance, citizens not required to physically submit government documents or certificates. Till now we have discussed what is Digital India and what are the visions of Digital India. Now we'll proceed with the benefits of Digital India. Proceeding with the benefits of Digital India, reducing paperwork, cashless transaction, expansion, growth in GDP, reducing corruption, more transparency. Reducing paperwork. It helps in decreasing documentation and reducing paperwork. Cashless transaction. Digital India mission is away for cashless transaction. Expansion. It can help small businesses. People can use online tools to expand their business. Growth in GDP. It can play a key role in GDP growth. Reducing corruption. E-governance will help in reducing corruption and getting things done quickly. More transparency. There would be more transparency as all the data would be made online and would be accessible to citizens of the country. Proceeding with the 9 pillars of Digital India. The first one, broadband highways, public internet access program, information for everyone, early harvest programs, universal access to phones, IT for jobs, e-Kranti, e-governance, electronic manufacturing, target net zero import. Now, challenges in implementing Digital India. High level of digital illiteracy, connectivity to remote areas, compatibility with center state databases, cybercrime, net neutrality. Now, what are all the impacts of Digital India? Economic impact. According to analysts, the Digital India plan could boost GDP up to $1 trillion by 2025. It can play a key role in macroeconomic factors such as GDP growth, employment generation, labor productivity, growth in number of business, and revenue leakages for the government. Social impact. Social sectors such as education, healthcare, and banking are unable to reach out to the citizens due to obstructions and limitations such as middlemen, illiteracy, ignorance, poverty, lack of fund, information, and investments. Environmental impact. The major impact in the technology space will not only brought changes to the economic system but will also contribute to the environmental changes. The next generation technologies will help in lowering the carbon footprints by reducing fuel consumption, waste management, greener workplaces, and thus leading to a greener ecosystem. Now we'll conclude this topic. The vision of Digital India is grand. It is a huge step towards building a truly empowered nation. It transforms citizen access to multimedia information, content, and services. Persistent attention must be given to each and every pillar so that this program does not end up in failure. In fact, we all should be mentally prepared for the change and be ready to face the challenges in implementing this policy. Only then it would be possible to make this vision a reality. We have discussed some of the points in Digital India which supports us to understand the content of our lesson DigiBharatam, and I think this is the right time to proceed with our content. Tritiyo Pataha DigiBharatam. Let me read the paragraph first. Adya Sampurna Vishwe Digital India ityasya charcha shruyate. Asya padasya kah bhavah iti manasi jigyasa utpadyate. Kala parivartanena saha manavasya avashyakata api parivartate. Adya, today, Sampurna Vishwe, in the entire world, Digital India, ityasya, as, charcha, discussion, shruyate, heard. Nowadays, we could hear a term Digital India from the entire world. Asya padasya kaha bhavaha iti manasi jigyasa utpadyate. Asya padasya, the terms, kaha, what, bhavaha, mean, iti, as, manasi, in the mind, jigyasa, curiosity, utpadyate, raised or generated. As soon as we hear the term, there is a rise of curiosity in our mind. What does it mean? Kala parivartanena saha manavasya avashyakata api parivartate. Kala parivartanena, with the change of time. Saha, with. Manavasya, human beings. Avashyakata, requirements or needs. Api, also. Parivartate, changed. With the change of time, the needs or requirements of human beings are also changed. Shabdarthaha. Adya, today, Sampurna Vishwe, in the entire world, Digital India, Charcha, discussion, Shruyate, heard, Asya, his, Padasya, words, Kaha, what or who, Bhavaha, meaning, Iti, as, Manasi, in the mind, Jigyasa, curiosity, Utpadyate, raised or generated, Kalaha, time, Parivartanena, with the change, Saha, with, Manavasya, humans, Avashyakata, needs or requirements, Api, also, Parivartate, changes. Now we'll see the meaning of the paragraph. Nowadays we could see the term Digital India from the entire world. Nowadays we could hear a term Digital India from the entire world. As soon as we hear the term, there is a rise of curiosity in our mind. What does it mean? With the change of time, the needs or requirements of human beings are also changed. I'll repeat. Nowadays we could hear the term Digital India from the entire world. As soon as we hear the term, there is a rise of curiosity in our mind. What does it mean? With the change of time, the needs or requirements of human beings are also changed. प्राचीनकाले ज्ञानस्य आदानं प्रदानं मौखिकम् आसीत्। विद्या च श्रुतिपरम्परया गृह्यते स्म। अनन्तरं तालपत्रोपरि भोजपत्रोपरि च लेखनकार्यम् आरब्धम्। प्राचीनकाले, in ancient time, ज्ञानस्य of knowledge, आदानं accepting, that is learning, pradanam, giving, that is teaching, maukhikam, verbally or orally, asit, was, vidya, knowledge, cha, and shruti paramparaya. Shruti means hearing, paramparaya by the tradition, shruti paramparaya by the tradition of hearing, grihyate sma, carried out, anantaram, later or after, talapatropari, on the leaf of palm, bhojapatropari, on the bhojapatram. This bhojapatram I will explain you later. Cha, and lekhana karyam, writing practice, arabdham, started. Prachina kale jnanasya adanam pradanam maukhikam asit. In ancient time, teaching and learning of knowledge was taken place orally or verbally. Vidya cha shruti paramparaya grihyate sma. Vidya cha shruti paramparaya grihyate sma. And the education or knowledge was carried out by the tradition of hearing. Anantaram talapatropari bhojapatropari cha lekhana karyam arabdham. Later, writing practices started on the leaf of palm and bhojapatras. We'll see the shabdarthaha. Prachina kale, in ancient time, jnanasya of knowledge, adanam accepting, pradanam donating or teaching, maukhikam orally, asit was, vidya knowledge, cha and shruti paramparaya by the tradition of hearing, grihyate sma carried out, talapatropari on the leaf of palm, bhojapatropari, Himalayan silver birch, lekhana karyam, written task, arabdham, started, anantaram, later. Now we'll see the meaning of the paragraph. In ancient time, teaching and learning of knowledge was taken place orally or verbally, and the education or knowledge was carried out by the tradition of hearing. Later, writing practices started on the leaf of palm and bhojapatras. There was a time when horoscope were composed of some special types of leaves called bhojapatras or burjapatras. Till the invention of paper, bark of bhojapatras was used for storing information in a written form. Owing to be used in the place of paper, it is also called as lekhyapatra, leaf for writing. With this, we'll complete this session, and the remaining content of the lesson will be continued in the forthcoming sessions. Dhanyavadaha.